The goal with charting is to separate the signal from the noise. Greetings, hello, and welcome everyone to the Money Flow Stock Market Review and Forecast. I'm your host, Dr. BJ Love, and I will be bringing you today's update for Thursday, September 25th, 2025. Here at Money Flow, we use time-tested methods and indicators that helps us to navigate these markets with confidence, calmness, and clarity. The major averages drift lower for a third straight session. The major averages fell for a third consecutive day. Interest rates briefly touched 4.2% before ending at 4.18%. Stocks were lower at the opening bell with a rotation out of the Magnificent Seven and AI stocks. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was down 174 points, closing at 45,974, and the S&P 500 was down 33 points, closing at 6,605. The Nasdaq slipped 113 points to 22,385. Breath, the heartbeat of the market, was negative. The VIX, aka the fear gauge, rose 0.56 and closed at 16.74. And as we reiterate on each broadcast, as long as the VIX stays below the threshold of 20, the market tends to grind higher. Even though we had a shallow pullback today, we are still in a bullish market posture. Gold prices, crude oil prices increased by 16 cents and closed at $65.16 a barrel. Gold prices added $12.50 and finished at $3,780.90 an ounce. Silver increased by 50 cents and closed at $45.30 an ounce. Cryptocurrencies were hit hard across the board, with Bitcoin closing at 109,425, down from the previous day. Now let's look at these charts so we can get a better picture of what is going on in these markets. Here we have our foregrid, which is our long-term weekly chart with the proprietary program that gives us a color-coded signal that lets us know if we are in a uptrend or a downtrend. So we're going to maximize these charts. We're going to begin here with the S&P 500. As you can see, S&P 500 has a green background as it has been sustained since May of this year. We got to an all-time high of 6699.52. And as you can see, it's starting to pull back just a little bit here this week. Each one of these price bars, or candles as we call them, are indicates 1 week of time, and they are above these rising moving averages. If you have been with us for a while, you know that our philosophy is, as long as the price remains above a rising moving average, we are in a bullish posture, which is confirmed with the green background. And also we have a double confirmation with our indicator, the MACD, and that lets us know that even though we have this shallow pullback, prices remain above the rising moving average. We have a green background. The posture of the S&P 500 is still bullish. Let's moving on to the next chart, which is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. We have our proprietary software letting us know that it is in a long-term uptrend. And as we state many, many times here on the broadcast, long-term trends dominate, short-term trends fluctuate. So even though we had the shallow pullback, you can see the all-time high printed here as of this week. Prices remain above the rising moving averages, and we have our confirming indicator, the MACD moving average convergence divergence, that helps us to navigate and project that there is more upside to this market until this particular trend is broken. Moving on now to the tech heavy NASDAQ composites, similar pattern, bullish posture, prices being above rising moving averages, green background, confirming indicator MACD, letting us know that again, even though we had a shallow pullback, minor pullback, the posture of this particular indice is bullish. Moving on now to the small cap Russell 2000, a little bit more volatile, but we have had a green background since since July. Prices being above rising moving averages, green background, confirming indicator, letting us know that the projected trend is going to continue with have a high probability of continuation in this direction. Remember, markets, they don't go straight up, they go up, down, up, down, so with the four indices that we follow that comprise the entire market, our takeaway from these readings on the chart is still a bullish posture. Now, let's go ahead and move to our other chart here that gives us a more composite view. And we're looking here at actually, we're looking at silver right here, which has been on fire. All of the metals have been on fire. And since the, April of 2040, we're looking here at 5-year chart of silver. As you can see here, for 4 years, it did nothing. And all of a sudden, it fired up on major volume in April of 2024, and now each one of these price bars represents 1 month. So month after month after month after month, it's been going up. Prices above a rising moving average, hitting a high of $45.50. And that's why we remain invested in silver for that time, and definitely have profited handsomely from that investment, still hanging in there tough. So let's move on and look at gold, since we're in the precious metals. So there's silver on a daily basis. We got a weekly, daily, and a monthly chart. So when all of these charts are moving in tandem, that is a clear, conclusive indication of a strong trend upward. Again, looking at silver, we looked at it on the monthly, we looked at it on the daily, and now we're looking at it on the weekly. So while we're here on silver, I'd like to show one of the stocks that we are invested in the silver industry, and it is KGC, Kinross Gold. Come on, and let's move along. Let's move along. Let's not waste time here with our viewers and pulling up the chart. It's waiting for data. Where am I here? It's taking its time. I may have to move to another spot in order to get a better signal. This is really, really, really not a good time for you to. There we go. All right. So we're looking at our stock, Kinross Gold. The symbol is KGC. And we are looking here at a weekly chart, which is our long-term signal that gave us the indication way back here in January. And the stock was at $9. And now it topped out at here at $24, let's say $25. And so we're up over 200% on this particular stock. It is now taking a little bit of a pullback, which will be a buying signal for me. Right now, I'm holding it. And that is one of our premier stocks that we have invested here at the Money Flow Stock Market Review and Forecast. And we're presenting this to you, our readers, our listeners, our audience, for free, that you can know and understand what stocks are being really, really moved in this market, and that is in this gold and silver sector. What else is moving? Is tech, and one of our tech stocks is VERI. And this particular stock just broke out here right around, as you can see our signal here on the weekly chart, it broke around here in August. And our buy signal at that particular time was $2.77. Might as well say, yeah. And it went all the way up to $6.53. And we are experiencing, a little bit of a pullback, consolidation, but basically almost double our money since August. We have time for one more. We're going to look at a Bitcoin stock, because before the pullback here recently this week, Bitcoin has really been in a uptrend, and we got the signal here on high volume. This particular volume here shows that big money or institutional investors stepped in and started buying this stock. We call that elephant footprints. So all we do is follow the smart money. That's the basic philosophy that we have. We follow the smart money, and we have the chart setups that helps us to see easily and quickly. This happened on 9/9, the week of 9/9, right? This is a 3-month, 1-day chart. So this happened on the day of 9/9. Okay, so it's about 3 weeks now, and we got the price at that particular time was closed at 145. Went all the way up to $3.60. Has since pulled back and starting, to consolidate a little bit. But we have it above, as we reiterate, rising moving average. There's your daily look. We look at our weekly look. And it has proven since September the 9th to give us 100% return plus on our money. So this is the beauty of this system. This is the hallmark, if you will, of this system to help us to find these gems within the world of stocks over 9, 10, 11,000 stocks. We can pinpoint which ones are moving at an accelerated rate. So there you have it. Market posture is still bullish. We are invested in precious metals. We are still invested in Bitcoin, even though it is starting to pull back a little bit. So there you have it. Every day and every way we get better and better. Every day and every way we grow more prosperous, successful, and victorious. And God's love continues to surround us and fold us and enwraps us. And we go forth in perfect peace and ever increasing prosperity.